I found out that most of the young adults, we parents, there are some things that, or shall I? Okay, let me start like this. Their minds are like a clean state, a clean slate. Yes, a clean slate. That is, they are open to so many things, and that is why we adults, or shall I say, the parent particularly, we should try as much as possible to be careful of whatsoever that we do, because whatsoever we do, one way or the other, have either a positive or a negative impact on the students, or shall I say the young adults at large. And this same thing will be the one to bring them to limelight or to the society later. The Yorubas used to say something that Ile Latin Keshorode, that is, charity begins at home. And seriously, if you actually train your word very well, definitely it will be of rest for you when he or she leaves you and decide to go and stay in another place. You find out that, oh, he might be stubborn, oh, but at least he's well behaved. That should be the testimony. But unfortunately, you know, and even this young adult, they are somehow funny when they get to school. When they get to school, you see another version of them. That even when you tell their parent that, this is how your child behaves, they will tell you, never, my child can never do that. Whereas he does more, he's doing more than what you can what you can imagine. And today we are talking about sexual harassment. We won't deviate from that. And again, we said the term sexual harassment, looking at it from the historical perspective, is that it was coined in the 1970s. It means its meaning and popularity as a concept has grown over time. However, the behavior describes are common across cultures and eras. That is, it transits from one time to another. The framing of sexual harassment as of legal perspective is it's originated in the 1970s, and since 1990s, so many countries have adopted laws targeting sexual harassment and social movement, like like the social movement has raised awareness on the concept, and also the legal change concerning sexual harassment. And also the legal understanding of sexual harassment develops in the US, and it was later changed as time goes on as a result of how things go ahead. And the truth of the matter is, I said, bringing it down to our teenagers. Now, there are so many cases of sexual harassment in schools, and even in the higher institutions. Just because, okay, in order for you to get more marks from your lecturer, you just feel that, okay, your lecturer will tell you, okay, come, do this, do that, do that. And the truth of the matter is this. Sometimes I ask this question. Before you can be sexually harassed, how do you dress? How do you dress? Now, schools of nowadays, you find out that as soon as a child gets to like 11, 12, 13, 14, thereabout, you find out that there are some changes in them, and they feel like, okay, my skirt that used to be that used to be down before, I need to change it. I need to move it a bit up, and now I'm trying to be. There are changes in me that I need to adjust and readjust, and you just feel like, what's the need for it? And truthfully, even even from the teacher's perspective now, we find out that seriously, if you are not disciplined, if you are not extremely disciplined, you cannot teach. Because whether you like it or not, people used to say that teachers harasses young adults. Yes, yes, they do. But behind that harassment, what lingers, as in what brings that harassment? You can imagine somebody, okay, let me use myself as an example because I'm a very good example. That time that I used to teach, most of the time a student will sit carelessly in my class. And you definitely know that I'm a guy with blood in my veins. So what will I do? I have to tell him or I have to just, okay, I have to tell her to adjust. You understand? What is that? Now, at the end of the day, if I now harasses the student, I'll be charged for sexual harassment. But at the instance, there are advances from students to teachers. I am not trying to justify some teachers' laxity or indiscipline, but seriously, if you are not disciplined, you know I said it earlier, that if you are not disciplined, you cannot be a teacher because it's you're going to face temptations. Let me put it like that. You're going to face so many trials, and before you know what's going on, you end up being robbed or being accused or being a victim of sexual harassment, or you'll end up harassing a minor, and before you know what's going on, you end up in jail, and they will tell you that you actually harasses a student. But another perspective is this: I heard of a case, or should I say, I read of a case in on social media, and I asked myself that could this be real or something? A particular pupil in school got home and complained to her parent that she was sexually harassed. That's, you know, I'm on air, I can't say so many things. So, and the parent, without asking, without proper investigation, okay, they came to school and they find out that the teacher happens to be a woman. Though the girl said that it was a boy that did it in school, and as a result, they accused the teacher of carelessness. But later, you know, due to how will I put it, intense questioning, which is beyond the comprehension of the pupil, the pupil end up creating a real case for her teacher, who happens to be a woman. Unfortunately, I don't know how the case ended, but I think the teacher was actually accused and sentenced to some years imprisonment due to what he or she did not to the offense that he or she did not, to the offense that she didn't commit. And and the teacher went back and cried online that the students, or should I say the parents, pupil, especially the father, usually do that for that's the normal behavioral pattern of the teacher, of the how will I put it, of the parent, especially the father, thereby accusing or making a case from it and enriching himself, because the school will not want their name to be tarnished and things like that. And then seriously, I asked myself, back to our parents, the way you bring your child up actually matters. Seriously, it's not easy bringing a child up. It is not easy. But I just pray that God will give us the mindset to actually do that. Will give us the grace to do that, will help us to teach these children what they ought to know. And seriously, I've seen so many graduations of students, and I ask, especially the mothers, is this the next line of action? A child, you went ahead and bought a gown of millions to a secondary school graduate, or should I say to a primary school graduate? As in how? You paint, you do heavy makeup for such a person, and you allow them feel like, you know, don't let me say so many things. The truth of the whole thing is, at the end of the day, what exactly do you want to, which image do you want to portray? If such a child now goes ahead to do what is wrong, or should I say to sexually molest a teacher, at the end of the day, if the teacher now responds, it becomes sexual harassment. But the truth of the matter is, there is something that happened before something happened. So please, the way you carry yourself, there are students that will never, even the teacher can never even think of that towards them. Why? Because they carry themselves well. They carry themselves well. Can we go on a musical break? While we are still waiting for the musical break, we are still on the Teens World on Radio, and our topic today is still sexual harassment. And after the musical break, and I'd like us to call in and share your opinion, probably drop your views on the social media. That's www.facebook.com/dapsinradio.com, and on YouTube, dapsinmultimediatv.com. Okay, now we can go on the musical break.
No plenty songs, no songs in the party.
How far will you want go? Yes, I know shit to my power, one special. Take you where you never been before.
It's 12 a.m. in the morning. I still do it for your call. Don't do me like this, oh yeah. Aramiti walona, yeah. Cause I don't dey wait, oh. I don't dey wait, see, so yeah. And I still dey pray, oh, for you.
All my ego for you.
All my rabana for you, yeah.
All my rabba for you.
Go me now for you, yeah.
Okay for you.
All the motor for my garage for you, yeah.
All the motor in the garage for you, yeah.
All my ego now for you,
Ego now for you, yeah.
all my rabana for you, yeah.
All my rabba now for you, yeah.
Go me now for you, yeah.
Okay.
All the motor for my garage for you,
All the
yeah.
motor for the garage for you. OBO, Ade. 30 million for you. All the best for you. I put my life on the line for you. Nobody else but you. Baby, 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 boo. You don't say you be my boo. If I ever leave you, oh, baby, I be fool. Baby, I be fool. Say I want to show you my world, girl. I say I no go do you, I do you. I want to show you my world.
Cause all my ego now for you,
All my ego for you,
all my rabana for you, yeah.
rabba for you.
Go me now for you, yeah.
All right. right, welcome back, and that is welcome back. That is Tenny featuring Davido for you. And if you're just joining us, this is Dapsin Radio. www.facebook.com/Dapsin Radio, and on YouTube www.dapsinmultimediatv.com. And today we are still talking on sexual harassment, and I think now we'll open the line for calls, messages on WhatsApp and on the normal call 070 3700 1871 070 3700 1871, and on 090 587 33601. Okay, back to our discussion, and that is sexual harassment. How do you avoid being harassed as a young adult? Number one, try as much as possible to dress appropriately. That's the first thing. Whenever you're going to school or you're going out, do not dress seductively. Let me use that word. And number two, try as much as possible also to tell an elderly one that you feel that, okay, you are confident about. If it could be your parent, yeah, especially your parent, tell them. And if you feel that probably they may not handle the matter effectively, try as much as possible to be try and put your confidence in somebody. That's probably your teacher, your parent. Tell them, be free with them. Tell them your mind. Then number three, try as much as possible to work hard, because seriously, there is no short way to success. You just have to work hard. You just have to work hard. And please, to the teachers, it's so pathetic. Let me put it like that. It's so pathetic that nowadays the teachers, the calibers of teachers that are being recruited by schools, they don't have that vision of teaching. They don't see teaching as a vision. They only see it as a means to an end. I'm sorry to use this word. But the truth of the matter is, when you see teaching as as an avenue to build future, then you'll be able to build it aright. Because as at that time, I used to tell my students, I tell them that if I don't teach you right, my child is in trouble. Because what goes around automatically comes around. If I don't do the proper thing on you, definitely you will not do the same proper thing on my own child. Because even if I ask them, no, there was a day I asked them, how many of you want to be a teacher? Many did not even raise their hand because they believe a teacher is not profitable. But the truth of the matter is, one way or the other, some of them will end up being a teacher. And whether we like it or not, or whether I like it or not, they will still be the same set of person or people that will teach my own child. And if I don't teach them right, definitely they will not teach my own child too right. That is that. Then number three, let's do this work, this teaching work, with all our passion. Accepted is not profitable. Accepted, there are so many challenges in it. Accepted, the school management has their challenge. The parent also have their own challenge, not to talk of the children. But we should try as much as possible to manage those challenges and manage them right. That's just it. That's just a basic thing. Because whether we like it or not, the lives of these children are in our hands. And lastly, to the parents, or should I say to the school management, please let's try as much as possible to teach, or should I say have this vision mentality that I want to build lives, and not the profit aspect. Because if we build life, if you are able to build life, if we have that mentality of building life, then definitely everything will goes very well for us, because it will be much more easier for us to tackle some things in a matured way. And please, to the school management, if any parent have a complaint, instead of you castigating or condemning the teacher, hear the two sides of the story first before you be able to judge, or before you be able to tell who is right and who is wrong. Sometimes we believe, or should I say all the time, the school management believes that parents are always right. Sometimes parents are not always right. Or should I say sometimes parents blow some issues out of proportions. I'm not saying they are not always right, but they blow issues out of proportions. And it is much more advisable or wise enough for us, the school management, to be able to judge aright. We are not the best teacher, but we should try as much as possible to judge aright. Because if we have this mentality, or should I say majority of the school management have this mentality that teacher goes definitely, but our parents still remains. But one thing that they don't understand is, if you change the mind, or if you change the hands that these children are used to right from time, it affects them one way or the other. And please, let us stay safe and let us stay out of sexual harassment. And please, to the management, if you hear cases of a teacher sexually harassing a student, please, just as I've said, hear the two sides of the story. Because sometimes the teacher might be right. It might be some things that happened before another thing happened. And before it escalated into this, please let's try as much as possible, the school management, let's try as much as possible to listen to our teachers, not only the students alone. Let us listen to our teachers also, because they see the children better than the way you see them, because they are very much close to them. They teach them, and the earlier we be able to wipe up this mentality of sexual harassment, the better for us. Because if we don't do that at a tender age, it's going to affect us later. And on this note, I would like to say this is where we round up the program. But before we go, I would like to say a big thank you to my studio management, my studio manager Dapsin, and also to my parents, Elder and Mrs. Elder and Dickness Bolajoko, and to my brothers. I always call them the 3Bs, Bolaji, Bolade, and Bolanle. And also to everyone that makes this program a success, Henry's, Joshua, and Chife. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you, and also Abdul Wariz, wherever you are, Twali, to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And to everybody, I'd like to say a big thank you for taking your time to listen. My auntie, my uncle, everybody, and to everybody out there, I'd like to say a big thank you. Thank you, thank you. My studio, my producer, my able mentor, Abayomi Odediron, I would like to say thank you. That's the producer and also a presenter on Metro 97.7 FM in Lagos. And I would like to say thank you to you too for everything, for your constant advice, for your constant mentoring, and I would like, and everything that you've done. I would like to say a big thank you. On this note, I would like to say au revoir.
No other man, you love me time when I know